If you've ever dealt with acne, and I mean, who hasn't, you know how incredibly frustrating it is. But what if I told you the real secret to understanding it and actually fixing it has less to do with your face and more to do with your kitchen sink? Yeah, seriously. We're gonna break down this one simple analogy that might just completely change how you think about your skin forever.
Okay, so stick with me here. I want you to picture it. Your face is basically a sink, a really nice one, of course, but it's covered in thousands of tiny, tiny little drains. We call them pores, but for now, just think of them as drains.
Now, everything's flowing along just fine until it isn't. Suddenly, one of those little drains, it gets blocked, clogged up, and just like that, the flow completely stops.
And you know that feeling, right? When a drain starts to back up, there's this slow building pressure. You can almost feel it under the surface. It's that little warning sign that tells you, hey, the system isn't working right.
And then, boom, it has nowhere else to go. That backed up, pressurized gunk finally breaks through to the surface. And that right there is your pimple. So if we want to fix the problem, we've got to understand the plumbing, right? Let's take a closer look inside these drains, our pores, and see how they're supposed to work when everything's running smoothly. Okay, so when your skin is happy and balanced, every single pore is like a perfect little self-cleaning drain pipe. You've got this natural oil, it's called sebum, flowing out to keep your skin moisturized. You've got old dead skin cells that just flake away on their own, no problem. And yeah, there's even bacteria, but it's the normal healthy kind just hanging out. When all that stuff can flow out freely, your skin is clear. Simple as that. But what happens when that nice smooth flow gets all jammed up? Well, that's when you get the problem we all know and do not love, the clog. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got that healthy, free-flowing drain, but on the other, you've got the perfect storm for a clog. So what's happening? Well, there are usually three culprits. First, your body might just be making way too much oil. Second, those dead skin cells, instead of shedding away, they get lazy and stick around. And when those two things mix together, you get this sticky, gummy buildup right inside the pore. The drain pipe starts to narrow, and that's where the trouble begins. So what does this underground traffic jam actually look like when it surfaces? Well, it can pop up as a whitehead or maybe a blackhead. And if things get really backed up and angry down there, you get that red inflamed pimple. The key thing to realize is these aren't totally different issues. They're all just symptoms of the exact same problem, a blockage. And all that redness and swelling, what's that about? Let me tell you what it's not. It is not dirt. It's actually your body's own immune system, like your internal emergency crew, rushing to the scene. It's freaking out because of the blockage and all the bacteria that are now trapped and having a party in there. So that inflammation, think of it like your body's fire alarm, blaring to let you know, hey, we've got a major plumbing issue over here.
All right, so you see the clog, you feel the pressure building, and what's the first thing we all want to do? Squeeze it, right? Just get that thing gone. I get it. But this, right here, is the exact moment where we can turn a tiny little problem into a huge one.
Let's just walk through what's really happening when you squeeze. Yeah, you might get a little bit of gunk out, but what you're really doing is pushing all that bacteria-filled stuff deeper into your skin. You're literally tearing the delicate walls of the pore, the pipes, which just makes your immune system panic even more. It sends in the cavalry, ramping up the inflammation, making everything redder, more swollen, more painful. And the long-term price for all that? Yeah, scars. So look, by using all that brute force, you're not actually fixing the clog. You're not being a plumber, you're being a one-person demolition crew. You are literally turning a small, manageable clog into a total plumbing disaster zone right under your skin. Okay, so if brute force is off the table, what's the smart way to handle this? What's the plumber's fix? How does someone who actually understands skincare deal with the problem the right way? Well, first off, a smart plumber uses the right tools to gently dissolve the clog. We're talking about ingredients like salicylic acid. The reason it's so great is that it can actually get down inside the oily pore and break up that clog from the inside out. Then you have things like retinoids. They work a little differently. They basically tell your skin cells to speed up their natural turnover process, so those dead cells don't even get a chance to build up and cause a clog to begin with.
But, just clearing the current clog is only half the job. A really good plumber doesn't just snake the drain. They ask, hey, why does this keep happening? You have to go to the source of the problem. This means looking at the bigger picture. Things like getting enough sleep, because when you don't, your stress hormones can go wild and tell your skin to pump out more oil. Same goes for managing stress and eating a balanced diet. It's all about regulating the flow from the inside so a clog never even gets a chance to form. That's the real long-term solution.
And finally, you've got to calm the whole system down. Stop aggravating the pipes. This means absolutely no harsh scrubbing. You're just making it worse. It means managing your stress, because that can kick off an inflammatory reaction. And it means looking for products that say non-comedonogenic. That's just a fancy term that means this stuff was specifically designed not to clog your pores. And all of this, it brings us to what might be the single biggest mindset shift you can make when it comes to taking care of your skin. For, I don't know, forever, the myth has been that acne means your skin is dirty and you just need to scrub it raw. But the truth, it has almost nothing to do with how clean the surface of your skin is. It's a drainage problem happening deep inside the pore, mixed with your body's own inflammatory reaction. So what does that really mean? It means getting clear skin isn't a war you wage on your face. It's not about attacking it with super harsh chemicals or scrubbing it like crazy. It's about working with your skin, partnering with its natural system to gently, carefully restore that healthy, happy flow. Okay, so we've covered the plumbing, the clog, the absolute worst way to fix it, and the smart, professional way to fix it. So if you take away just one thing from all of this, what should it be?
It really is this simple. Think like a plumber. Your job is to support the whole system, understand what it needs, and when a blockage does happen, you clear it gently.
Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. Your goal is to fix the flow, not break the pipes. And trust me, that one little shift in how you see things, it can make all the difference for your skin.